Good morning, Roger Penske. Great to see you.
Well, Paul, thank you for having me as part of your show. Obviously, you and I have known each other for many years, and I think you were the one that helped me design the logo for the Speedway business many years ago, correct?
Yes, indeed. And I think we even argued a little bit about that. That was kind of fun.
That was Swish, right? That's right.
You won. When you look at the Indianapolis 500 and you look at IndyCar, the series, and you look at IMS Productions, do you see an opportunity to take the energy of that and further infuse that into Penske Corp and to your other businesses, and vice versa? Take all the learnings and energy of your already well spooled up businesses and bring learnings into the sphere of the racing businesses that you've just acquired.
Well, let's just step back. Racing has been a common thread, through our businesses for 50 years.
Yeah.
Think about it. My first, I went to Indy with Mark Donahue, and I was a Chevy dealer in Philadelphia. Happened to sell a Corvette to a head of marketing at Sun Oil Company. First sponsorship, $250. So you can see
It's come a long way.
That was, back in the late '60s. But it's been a common thread, and it continues to be because attracts a lot of interest. People want to work for the company. Not just because we're in racing or want to be a driver, but we've used that to grow our brand. And you think about today with 321,000 trucks in the U.S. we're running, think about that brand has been built, through the racing and the consistency. And I think we continue. And everything we do, we look at how can we lever, our results and our performance on the racetrack, but also you tell our people we don't wait. In racing, you can't wait till the next day to fix something. When we think about our customer and that customer experience, it's got to be now, not later.
Yeah, that's great to hear that, and I agree. We have a saying at RACER: the customer owns us. What we do for them. We never forget it, and I know that's how your business is run. I think that we have a lot of people watching us today that are in the racing business. I know your passion runs deep for racing, people in racing. Many of them are your friends, and you're a shining example of what can be done out of a racing mindset and a racing background. I wanted to talk for a little bit, if you don't mind, about any advice you have for the whole community of racing as we get ready. We're on I think the first pace lap before we go green in the restart of a lifetime here into 2021. What can you share? What are your thoughts for the businesses and people watching today?
Well, I think that I can't predict 2021, either can you, but we can plan. I think you're going to have different plans. We've got to plan 25, 50, 75, 100% fans at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How can we continue to support our teams? Something that we have to do is in the position we're in. But as an entrepreneur or as a individual, racing is deep. There's a lot of emotion. And I think what you've got to be sure is you take care of your people, the ones that are working for you on your race team, and also take care of this fan. I think, with your reach with RACER.com and other organizations has been key, because we look at the Indy 500 and look at how much we were down on the race date, having it in August versus the Kentucky Derby, the Masters, and even these other big series. We were in good shape. It's because we stayed connected, whether it was e-racing. We've got to be able to pivot, and we're not sure how we've got to pivot for next year, but we're going to plan for that. And I think those are the things. I would plan a number of different scenarios. We just can't overnight react. Because if you run your business by anticipation, what are we going to do 5 laps from now? What are we going to do with our fuel economy? We want 2 tires, we want 4 tires. It's pretty simple in racing business, but that's the same way I think about in our business today as we run them. So I think it's about planning. I think it's about being sure you got your arms around your people.
One last question for you. When you've looked at everything you've done in this sport, what is the most significant memory and the thing that you value the most out of the entire time you've been working in motorsport?
Wow, that is a tough question. There's so many. They happen literally every week in racing.
Mm-hmm.
In any weekend we're racing, we may be racing in 3, 4, 5 different places somewhere in the country or around the world. And so for me, the teamwork and the ability to overcome problems, obstacles, failures, and then climb back up, get in a groove, get the trajectory of a car, a team, a driver going the right way, and then get back in the winner circle, get back to the top of the podium. To me, those are the moments, the whole process of that, and it cycles. When you're on top, you are working like crazy to stay there and keep the momentum. When you're not, you feel the responsibility to dig in and figure out root cause, why not, and then fix it fast. So for me, those experiences happen, throughout the season. There are certainly special moments at some of those races we talked about, whether it's Daytona 500 or the Indianapolis 500 or the 24 Hours Le Mans, that I will never forget. But for me, in every instance, I think about it and I think about the teams that were involved and what it took to get on top. And then importantly in racing, there's only one winner every weekend in a race. So that means there's a lot of people who didn't win. And so your ability to handle not winning by focusing the energy forward to the positive, to how to fix it and how to get back on top, that cycle is a must in racing. And that process, I love it. I love it.
You, sir, are a racer. There's no cure for that, by the way.
Figure it out.
That is a great answer, actually.
You are too, a racer.
Yes, and that was very inspiring. And back to my quote, we're in the inspiration business, and you, sir, inspire me, and the things you do and the people you work with are inspiring to me. And thank you for the friendship you've shown our company and my team over the years, and the respect you've shown us. I really appreciate it. Very welcome. Yeah.
Paul, you're a friend of the industry. When we have questions, we often call you. I've done it many times to learn. We'll continue to do it. So thank you for holding this forum over the week, having me here. I'm here representing our team. It is about the team. There's so many people that help us do what we do every day. And so thank you for letting me represent everybody at Chevrolet, Cadillac, and General Motors here. And thanks for hosting this forum. It's great to be with you.
And thank you for being what I wanted you to be, which was the final word on our sport. And you summed it up beautifully. Actually, your comments here at the very end were probably the most appropriate words we could close this spectacular week with.